So Esports Boxing Club and Steel City Interactive have continued to listen to the viewers, the audience, the consumers, the future consumers, and they have addressed every single issue that has been brought up. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So, of course, one of the major things that most people are talking about when it comes to Esports Boxing Club are the punches. Now, it was a very interesting thing to hear them talk about their process. For example, a lot of people think that they are not using motion capture, or a lot of people think that simply motion capture will do the trick. If you motion capture someone throwing punches that's a professional world champion boxer, then there should be no problem. But they've been motion capturing since day one, and there's always been a problem. Literally every single time people are talking about how the punches don't look good or how the punches need to be improved. They also even have a physiotherapist that explains to them muscle flexing, or how the body's supposed to react to certain things when it happens, which also allows them to input certain things into the character models via the animation to ensure that it is reflective of real life. Yet the punches, to many, still do not look good. They still look stiff to a lot of people. Now, one of the important things that they said is the reaction to the punches. They feel that if the reactions to the punches are not good, then it's not going to make the punches look good in and of itself. And I do agree with that. If the person reacts to a certain way, or the person you're hitting is not reacting in a realistic way, your punch may lose a lot of the a lot of luster on it, a lot of pop, because the person is not reacting according to what we would expect for the velocity of the punch that we just saw from the opposing fighter. But there's also the elements of how the fight is being, how people are fighting as well, right? So if they're doing unrealistic combinations, it's also going to look very awkward and weird. It doesn't matter if it's a professional fighter, as Sonny Edwards mentioned in the round table. Just doing things that don't naturally link together is going to automatically create a feeling of, wait, what is this? This doesn't look natural, because people don't normally throw punches with that kind of combination string, right? So there's so many things to take away from here, but one of the things that makes sense is the fact that they're throwing punches in a very weird way. But there are things that need to be fixed, and I'm happy that they're addressing it. Another thing that I'm very happy that is being addressed, and this is from the round table, is obviously the slipping and being able to punch off of the slip. That is something that they're working on. They're saying that it's not the easiest thing in the world, because that could create a balancing issue that they need to make sure doesn't break the game in any way, shape, or form. Because if they've been balancing the game and they add a huge element like slipping and punching, which I think should automatically be in there, but they don't have it, but that's okay, because they're trying to put it in there. But that is an important element to boxing. I mean, people slip and punch all the time. It's part of it. You know, somebody throws a jab, you slip onto the outside and you throw your left hook. That's something that is just 101 of boxing. So to not have it would be kind of not good. Like it's something that kind of needs to be there. Other boxing games like Fight Night Champion, they're capable of doing that. And I believe that this game should, in 2022, be able to do something that's, I wouldn't say base level, but it is very commonplace in boxing. And for the game to be a good simulation of the sport would kind of require having something like that. I remember playing and feeling weird about the fact that I could not slip and punch. I would have to slip return, then throw a punch. And it didn't feel right. It didn't feel like I was able to capitalize all the time when I wanted to capitalize, when I made somebody miss off of a slip. So that's something that they said that they're going to be working on, and they're going to be applying on into the fighters. They also talked about the stamina, because when we played, stamina didn't really seem to be that effective or really create any effect whatsoever. And also, the only thing that came from it was that your meter would go down, and then you would have the potential to be hurt, right? They said they're going to work on that stamina system. Personally, I don't know exactly what else they want to do. Are they trying to make you not be able to punch or punch slower? I do wonder where they're going to go with that. I actually prefer the being able to still punch but be very vulnerable, or being able to punch maybe slightly with slightly less speed. But most boxers, you don't really notice so much of a slowdown, like a super slowdown, like a video game type slowdown in their punches, kind of like in Fight Night, where it's like they're doing this and it's like now you're mega vulnerable because your punches are super massively slow. You don't normally notice that in boxers. Yes, their punches slow down, but they slow down slightly when they're tired. They take a breather, throw good combinations or with good speed. Even if they're tired, they use bursts to do it. They don't just throw like super like in slow motion. So I'm wondering where they're gonna go with that, but I do know that, of course, it was not really. It was kind of broken. It wasn't really like ready to go. Like there were so many things that were missing from the content creator event that needed to be fixed. The OP body attack, they said, was addressed, and that was fixed. So basically, all of the concerns. And I'm sure there was a few more, but I can't remember them right now. Those are the ones that came off the top of my head. But most of the concerns that we were having about, and the range of motion, actually, that's one of the concerns that I talked about. The range of motion for slipping or weaving, right? Now, I've heard people talk about this, and I've heard them say, for example, I heard Coach's Corner talk about it and say he doesn't want you to be able to weave super far, right? But my thing is not so much to be able to weave super far. I do feel that you need to go a little bit further than what they gave you, though. I mean, you're moving like this, right? But just have the control of the range of motion. So if I want to go slightly, I could. If I want to go over here, I could. If I want to go right here, all the way, I want to be able to move the analog stick slightly so I could go slightly, and if I want to. But if I want to go further, I want to be able to go further. I want to have control of the entire range of the entire from default to every single angle, just like it is in Fight Night Champion. Fight Night Champion, I don't have to go all the way down. In this one, it's like no matter what you do, even if you did it slightly, he went all the way to the full range of what the slip was. My thing is just give us, obviously, widen it a little bit more, because people slip and move further than what, they had like this, like you only did this. Give us the ability to control the range. I want to be able to go like this. For sure. I want to have small movements, but I want to have those small movements under my control. And if I want to go further or wider, I can go further or wider because I control the entire range of motion. That's what I'm asking for when I'm asking for a better range of motion. I just want to control the full range throughout the entire process. So hopefully they work on that. They said that they are working on that as well, and I'm super happy and I'm super glad. And of course, the cool thing is that it's releasing in early access, so even if those things aren't ready to go, we can still get early access because that's just the way early access works. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about them addressing all of the concerns. I'm probably going to keep on doing videos like this, depending on what else needs to be tackled off of the round table, because the round table is like 40 something minutes. And I think it's easier for you guys to digest each piece of it. If you do want to see me do a live reaction to the full round table, if by any chance you haven't seen it, you can go ahead and click this video right here. It'll take you right there. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.